Welcome back to the 18th plus one episode of Island Tea. And we are, of course, jumping into E Local. We sing the jingles here. So, we are greeted. We are joined by our guest, Miss Genieve Hanley.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who is... I'm fed up. I'm done. I can't do it. Amali, you may proceed.
Listen, y'all know when y'all inviting me, I have to prepare with some sound effects, right? When I finish a sentence, I need to hear something like a
As in,
dramatic.
Play the places
As in, can you please play a toilet flushing?
Well, I didn't specify what effects, right? So you're
I just
right.
found that very fitting.
I'll play like a big dry cough.
Listen. Coughing is not a good thing right now, okay?
Hey.
So let's get serious, gentlemen. I want to say good morning to your delightful
we didn't
souls.
welcome yet.
Oh, you didn't
We
finish
want
welcome,
to,
sorry.
for those of you listening, we want to welcome to the studio Miss Genieve Hanley of a few things. She is a woman of many colors, many talents, and she's here to talk with us on today's segment, dubbed Eat Local. Genieve, welcome.
What a wonderful welcome. Thank
Welcome
you
to
so
Island Tea.
much. And good morning to everybody listening. Oh, there we go. You hear that? You hear that? Now we're going to have a good show. Now I know we're going to have an
As
excellent
effects
show.
for Genieve, and we actually wait for you.
I'm on the verge of leaving the
I'm on the
studio.
cusp of
She
breaking
acts
this
nicely,
glass.
okay? She acts nicely.
You just made my life. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
If that made your
That
life, I'm
is a
sorry for your
welcome. That makes me not want to leave. So what time are we wrapping up? Around 10 p.m.?
Yeah, you could stay, but we're going.
So gentlemen, you
I'll
mind
stay
if I
with you.
take over your show a bit?
No,
Have
I don't
fun.
mind at all. I'm
Enjoy.
actually
I know
quite-
you all
quite
talk a
sleepy.
lot on this show, which is probably the point. But I said, Island Tea is happening. And I said to myself, I need to bring some tea to the tea show and the tea table. So if you don't mind, I don't know what you have in store for me in terms of questions and so on. But
Nothing. We just didn't feel like preparing.
Thank you
I
so
actually
much
didn't even know you were coming.
Thank you so much for letting it be a freestyle segment. I didn't know it was going to be that way, but I can do that. And I brought some matcha tea for you all to try.
What is
So
that?
matcha tea is actually an island tea. It originated in China, but hear me out. Even though the origins trace back to China, the Japanese claim matcha tea as their own because they were actually the ones who refined and
That
perfected
sounds like
it.
something they would do.
Yeah. And they have it as their tradition for hundreds of years, right? So I tried to find a unique island tea that I can bring to the tea table and we can indulge in while we converse. How about that, gentlemen?
Enjoy.
So we'll
I
indulge
enjoy.
and then manifest in conversation.
Right.
What is
So-
tea going?
Yeah.
Listen, okay, so disclaimer, this is a very difficult conversation for me to have because if you don't know, Genieve is my sister and I'm already fed up. So
You've been fed up for how many years?
a long time. So I'm just gonna sit here and smile.
He's trying to say that I am such a great personality to deal with. And like sugar, you have too much sugar, it's an overdose. He's had many overdoses of sugar. That's what he's saying.
But I have
That's
not,
my
so please
translation.
continue.
Thank you so much, Amali. That is why I sat on your side of the table
I'm
today.
very appreciative.
Which is
of
the right
that.
side of the table.
Yes, which is literally the right side of the table.
It is.
So let's get going on the tea and then we can begin the conversation and see where it
Come on,
takes
Vex,
us.
bat it up.
And the strange thing is I'm sure that somebody who seems to not want me here is who might have invited me.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there that, invitation.
You're gonna make me play Mario Kart on the air because I'm
Please
about
do
to
it, I'll
clock
be
out.
That's not.
hilarious.
I heard that they have a multiplayer function now, so
I don't want to play
we
with
could
you.
join.
I
I
don't
can.
want to
I'm
play.
very good at multitasking, so we could do matcha tea, Mario Kart, talking. He quit.
At the same time.
So this is an available position I could fill because I'm available
Oh,
daily.
I would
from
be
8
ecstatic.
to 10. That would be great. I think we would be a good
Kevin, pack up your
team.
things and left. in the words of Blacker.
Can I have a spoon? Can I have a spoon, please? Let's get going. So matcha tea is a green tea and it has lots of health benefits. You want to take a very small amount, and I learned this because you use too much and it would be very overpowering. And I see that our cups are kind of small. So everybody just take out a tiny dose. I won't even say half a
Oh, let me get more tiny
teaspoon.
Oh,
But you just want to...
It's a powder.
It's a powder,
That's
right? That's enough, yes. But the benefits of matcha tea, it's high in... That's not at all distracting or annoying, Amali. But it's high in antioxidants. It may help protect the liver. So I'm listing some of the benefits. It boosts brain function, helps prevent cancer, promotes heart health, and helps you lose weight. Amali, it helps you lose weight. Can you imagine that particular health benefit? That it might help you, not you personally, of course. I'm not directing this to you. I'm just saying it in your direction, that it may help you lose weight. And another benefit.
Genieve just referred to me as obese on here.
No, I did not. I was listing the ways that matcha tea can improve your health.
That is how I interpreted it, and that is
No.
that's not going to be loyal with.
No. This is one of those instances where they say, a Tromicon.
The spoon is over there.
I would like some as well.
Yes, this is looking like a party. I love it. I really love it. This is what I had
tea
in
party.
mind. A tea party.
AKA
On
Republican
Island
Party.
Tea. This is awesome. I think this is a proud moment on Island Tea. Hot water, anyone? Let's get going. Y'all are not good gentlemen, y'all are not good hosts. I thought y'all would be pouring this thing and saying, my lady, do you need help?
Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't her first
y'all
question, may I
expect me to
take
do
over
all-
the show?
Y'all want me to do all the work?
Hey, Kevin,
I fed up,
you want to take over the show, but you still want to treat like a guest.
So y'all want to be
Please,
the only personality in the room all the time?
please. That's not what's happening. You came and you asked to take over
I
the
didn't
show.
ask. I just asked the way it's going to flow.
Right. You said it's okay if I take over the show, and I said no problem. So when you take over as host as well.
Yeah, but you see, this is me
So
being
you're not a good lady
responsible.
because I haven't poured my tea yet as host.
Oh, I think I gotten myself into something here, but
You
I'll find
you
my
haven't
way
met your
out.
match. So can I get some water, please, in my cup? Madam
Certainly,
host?
certainly, honorable sir. Delightfully, I shall pour.
This contains tea in it.
That contains tea. I'll need it. Those of you who are tuning in
Yeah,
live.
I forget we are here.
So you thought this was a break?
No, I just got so. What's the word? Entrenched in the conversation that I forgot.
That
where I
is
was.
amazing because we just got started. Imagine when we're halfway through.
At that.
So this is great. Those of you who are tuning in live, I believe y'all are on YouTube as well.
Yes, and Facebook.
You have a benefit over the audio only listeners because you not only get to hear us experience the tea. I'm sure you can hear the clinks of the cups and the spoons and so on, but you can also see what's going on. And one of the things I want you to witness is the facial expression of those who try it, also known
Is
as
water
Kevin and Amali.
Really, really hot.
Yeah, because you're going to need it to melt down. So part of the tradition is adding the hot water so that it turns into a paste, kind of, and then that kind of dissolves the powder in a good way before you dilute it with some extra water, and then you sip and savor.
You just touch the water first to paste it up.
Yes, to paste it up, and then you develop
To
it
stretch
with
it.
the... in colloquial
So you can
terms.
manifest into an entire cup of tea.
You like the word manifest?
Why is a sexy word?
Yeah, we use it from BC Moan.
Oh,
She does
gotcha.
manifest.
Okay.
Yeah, we manifest.
Okay, I'll try to use it a few times. Thanks for expanding my vocabulary.
So while the water is boiling
Loudly.
very loudly in the background, what do you want to touch on? Are we finished with the tea for now until the water finishes boiling, or do you want to continue elaborating?
No.
on
We
the tea,
spoke enough
expounding
about
upon
the tea. We spoke enough about the tea, so you have a little bit of history on the tea and what it's good for. I guess when we taste it, we'll hear a little more on your feedback of the tea, because I warned you that it's an acquired taste. But
What does it taste like?
It tastes like like a pond. I'm trying to think of a nice way to put it. It tastes like a pond with lilies floating around in it.
Excuse me?
So atrocious
Listen, ponds are beautiful.
to look
But
at, yes.
when we consider the health benefits, it's like when you're a child and it's here, eat your broccoli. You might not like the broccoli, but mommy says it's good for you. And I'm here to tell you, boys, that matcha tea is good for you. And hey, you just might enjoy it. The ideal situation is to mix it with milk, but I understand that you might not have any.
Bring on a
But
fridge.
It's fine with water alone as well.
Brilliant.
Bring on a fridge.
So I think you're leaving the mic up to me, which is fine as well. But for those of you listening and wondering who this tea lady is, I just thought maybe I'd say a little bit about myself, if you don't mind.
You're the
Is that
host.
fine?
You're hosting your
So
segment.
what y'all gonna do while I here?
But you asked to... you asked to commendate the segment. Now we give you complete control over this segment. You want us to ask you
but
questions?
I need a break.
Okay, so
too.
tell us a little bit about who you are.
Thank
and
you
what it is
so
do.
much. That's such a good question. Thank you, and a good prompt. Thank you. So my name is Genieve Hanley. Personally, I'm a food, beverage, travel, experience enthusiast. So I like adventure. I like trying new things. I define myself as an island woman, quite the patriot by nature and at heart, I would say, being born and bred in several islands across the Caribbean region. So that makes me quite proud.
You were born in several islands across the region?
I said born and bred. So I was born in one and bred in others.
Oh, okay.
Amali. I enjoy things like reading. I was gonna say long walks on the beach, but that would be a different show. It's too early in the morning. I enjoy things like reading, relaxing, and I like watching RuPaul's Drag Race. That's my favorite TV show. Let me know if I'm getting too personal here as I go along.
No, please go ahead.
I see you all
This
already
tea smells like
melting
Bamsi.
Very insightful, Amali. Very insightful.
What else? I have a strong pageant background, so I'm a former national carnival. Yeah, there's your pace. Good. You're doing good. You're into the tradition. I'm a former national carnival queen.
What year was that? 1991?
It was 1972, to be honest. No, 2002 was the year. And I have a regional title as well, but I'm not here to talk about that. Aside from that, I'm a full-time mom of a beautiful, almost 6-year-old daughter. Her name is Zendi. And I'm also a
Love the name.
Thank you so much. It means full of life.
Mm-hmm.
And
And that she is.
it is, yeah, Kevin can testify.
She stressed me out.
You see, Kevin treats me and say, okay, I had enough. That's how he treats Zendi. She will come in with her.
Distasteful. That's a child, Kevin.
Yeah, and he'll say, okay, he'll say, okay, I can't, and then he's done, and she thinks it's hilarious. So.
What's the difference? You think you're going to change the level of
She's her mother's child, okay?
She and the mother.
And then I'm also a new puppy owner. I thought that is so significant to mention because I don't know if the PETA people are listening or anything, but I'm not that much of an animal lover. So to be a puppy owner is a big deal for me. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I respect animals. I appreciate them being around. But if you ask me to hug a horse, it's a no for me. To pet a giraffe might be a no for me, that kind of thing. So to be a puppy owner is a big deal for me.
Tell me to stop.
Stop what? You don't want it to get too diluted. So we're talking about the tea. Amali is pouring his tea. I'm narrating here. Yeah, that's good. You want it to? Yes, I'm gonna pour mine. But true, I'm the host of the show.
Would you like to fix Azim's so he can drink his grass?
Azim, would you like to try some matcha tea?
I'd love to, actually.
Yes, that would be awesome. So who's gonna be the gentleman that would fix Azim's tea?
I just did it.
Oh, look at that.
First of all, whatever.
Look at that.
You, sir, are a gentleman and a
That's very
scholar.
good.
Okay, I will take.
So you want it to come to a rich olive green color without looking too diluted. If you can see the bottom of your cup,
No, I can't.
if you can see the bottom of your cup, then you probably diluted it too much.
Okay, Azim is Azim's okay?
Azim's is good, so you can take Azim's. And then I want your honest opinion on the tea. I'm not promoting the tea, by the way, so please nobody call me and ask me for matcha tea. I'm not promoting the tea, but this is just part of a nice sensory experience that I'm bringing to the show. You're good. And you might want to add some sugar. Azim, you're going to go full on health. All right? You're going to have yours sugarless and be the proper example.
I don't consume sugar.
You don't consume sugar?
At all.
You have honey?
I don't consume anything sweet.
Wow.
Outside of
your life is exciting.
The occasional fruit. It is exciting.
But that's good because, as I mentioned, matcha helps you lose weight. Mm-hmm. It's one of the health benefits. I thought I'd just bring that up one more time.
No, I love matcha, but I've never had matcha with water and sugarless. So this is about to be an interesting experience.
So you've had it with sugar?
I've had it before with milk.
Yeah, milk is the ideal mix into it with sugar, but like I said, it seems we might be on a low budget here.
It smells. Let's give you some for the listeners and viewers. No, it smells like a freshly mowed lawn.
Yes.
I told you pond. Think pond.
A stagnant
Think
pond.
koi fish.
I don't like the scent of freshly cut lawns.
Oh, where's my tea? So the silence, bear with us listeners, is for the sampling of the tea. I'll try to fill any dead air as we sip and savor.
Yes, please narrate while we sip.
Yes.
Amali raises the cup to his face.
He purses his lips as he inhales and enjoys the aroma that is coming out of the cup. Ooh, he's into it. His pinky is raised, which means he's quite cultured and refined, and he's quite the tea connoisseur. Yes, Azim, listen. I am love 10 points for
What do
you.
you do?
10. You don't hear the sounds? You don't hear. Everybody, pinky is out.
Wait.
And
this
sip
is
and
the-
save. I need my spoon.
It's
This is
actually our
this
phone
is
show.
delightful. This is delightful. I'll be back every day for this show.
We don't want you.
Wow. I'll be back anyway because you just have to press the button downstairs and it will
But
open.
we'll put you on.
It
the
also
move.
tastes like fresh cut lawn.
We'll put you over there.
Let's
But-
find words that are flattering.
I think
to the
fresh
health.
cut lawn is appropriate because a lot of us, growing up in the Caribbean, lots of us we run outside in the grass, and many a time we've fallen and eaten grass. So I think it's safe to say this will not
It's
be
a
our first go.
credible analogy, I guess you're
It will
saying.
not be our first go at eating grass. So
It will be mine.
it's the first go at drinking grass.
I've never eaten grass, come on.
You uncultured.
You're
Just like
uncouth.
the who called in the last time and said, I never used to go pink competitions on the wall.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
We did not.
I like the way the pinkies are out, gentlemen. I appreciate your refinement and your display of. Oh, he's he's trembling the lip.
This is a
I love it.
this is a ableist
I'm quite
conversation.
impressed.
Because this pinky don't work.
So y'all want me to leave my pack up?
No.
Oh, you want me to take it with
Go
me?
with it.
Okay, so there's a
No,
saying
I
in
mean
life
I will drink it, but with milk.
with milk. Yeah,
Yes.
it's supposed to be the actual instructions, and just as a tradition, you can add some foamy milk on top, and pour milk into the tea. So it can be enjoyed as you are enjoying deeply right now. Ooh, hear the sip? It can be enjoyed with or without milk, but I prefer my matcha with milk. So guys, you can tick this off your bucket list that you have experienced
wasn't on my
Japanese.
bucket list.
It's not bad.
It was.
It
It
for
was in
me.
the fine print on the bottom
I
of the list.
understand.
Yes.
It definitely was an experience.
It's not bad
Yes.
for me. Like I said, I drink matcha, so it's the same taste, just minus the milk flavor. So
Do you put sugar in yours as well?
a little bit of
A
honey.
touch. Oh, no, okay. Anyway, Genieve, now that we have all experienced the matcha tea,
Let us eat local.
let's manifest in some conversation.
Definitely. I can do that.
What do you have prepared for today? What do you want to speak about?
I didn't know what particularly you wanted to speak about. I made a few notes on things that I wanted to make sure I mentioned. Again,
Let's get those out the way before we get distracted.
which is quite possible because some
Quite
of us
likely.
in the room have a very low attention spans.
Call name.
Let's not be petty.
Genieve Hanley.
What was that?
Is you,
You know what I like about Island Tea? That it is a fun, youthful show that is full of personality and not very much
yeah,
pretense.
we don't do formal.
Yes, I like that very much. A lot of times when I do radio shows, my posture is very different, and I have to use a certain vocabulary
don't do
and
that.
focus a
And
lot
certain
on
enunciation.
exactly.
We don't do
And I
that over
feel
here.
very relaxed and casual, and I think that's a good climate to have some good conversation, some good real conversation.
It's appreciated, the eye.
Amali calls me the eye, and that has happened for many years now. I really don't remember why,
But
but
Genieve, you started.
me?
Yes.
Oh, why did I do that?
I don't know. You should have called me the eye.
It's true, you know. That's what you call
I
historical context.
I only call you back the eye because you call me the eye. Wow.
Says the I and I.
The I and I.
Ever
There you
living.
go. There you go. Skevan, you see why we ain't sitting on your side of the table? There's chemistry over on this side
cool
of the
kids
room.
are over
Enjoy.
here.
The cool kids sit
I'm
over
trying to
here.
have we are goal here.
Enjoy.
What are you here about?
Strawberry
First-
blonde.
It's not strawberry blonde, okay?
What is
What is
it?
it? Rust?
It's copper.
Oh, it's copper.
Yes, it's copper.
Ooh.
You might want to go get your eyes checked.
My eyes are terrible.
So go get them checked.
I did it. That's why I know they're terrible.
So fix them.
I'm trying.
So let's talk professionally. Okay, time
Okay,
to get
let's go.
serious a bit. Because somebody listening does not have time to waste. They want to hear something substantial, right?
That is their business.
Wow. Okay. So keeping focused. at this this time.
I have no interest in the
It's so hard to concentrate in this room. Is it my energy that I'm bringing that makes
No.
it very?
Well, it's definitely adding to it, but it's normally the case because
Well-
Kevin has difficulty focusing sometimes.
Oh yes, I know this.
Kevin would blank out in the middle of a sentence.
Yes, he
for
bought
no
his
reason.
medical certificate to show you this, right? That this is a
Anyway.
treat.
So what happens on the show, which is why we often can't focus, is we also have a God voice, which is what we call Azim,
Okay.
where he says things to us that are not on air, but we obviously can hear them.
Okay.
But then the trick is we don't know what's on air and what's not.
Oh, that's fun.
So we have
It's
to
not.
we sometimes have to juggle reacting to it or responding to it.
And so that explains a lot.
We try and decipher whether it's on or off. Sometimes
That
it's there.
explains a lot because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm looking at you guys and you all burst out laughing or you're like pursing
Yeah.
your lips in and looks like you're holding something in.
As in.
And now that explains a lot. So listeners, today, if you see me get up and walk off or
It is probably something
hide
Azim
under the
said.
table or anything,
Is something
it's
the Lord said?
probably something the big man in charge may have prompted. Are we ready to get serious? Is this a serious segment or this is the warm-up? The warm-up is over?
We may
proceed?
we may comment. Yes.
All right, great. So I wanted to talk a bit about myself professionally, which I think should be the focus, not about tea and backgrounds, personal backgrounds, etc. I'm an entrepreneur, which I take great pride in, and with a few brands and operations under my tiny umbrella. I run a travel blog, and I say that in summary. I hate summing it up as that, but essentially that's what it is, and it's called Caribbean Barefoot Journeys, and I hope to get the opportunity.
Oh.
It sounds familiar, right?
It does.
Yes, so I hope to get the opportunity to expound on that a bit. I also own and run LEAP, the Learning and Empowerment Through the Arts program, which has been in operation for 10 years. We had our 10th anniversary in January. Which is an extremely vibrant, active, long-standing and sizable organization that's geared towards arts-based education. Listen, I'm loving the show. Y'all hear these sound effects in the backdrop?
Azim, you're working hard today, boy.
Listen,
I think you like
Azim
you.
gets so many points that are redeemable. Somewhere I'll let him know just now.
We don't do this treatment.
Take your Kit Kat buzzer for yourself.
Who's Kit Kat?
Oh, you're gonna learn it.
Who's Kit Kat?
Kit Kat is one of our, loyal viewers. She tunes in
Okay.
every day, but that's hers.
Oh no, Kit Kat! If you're listening, I'm totally for you, and I'm here to focus on what I came to do. And I understand if you're territorial, but you need not worry about little humble old me. I'm just here to give some matcha tea and leave. You think I'm clear now?
Yeah.
No.
That was okay. Well, I try to keep it that way. So I was talking about LEAP, and LEAP is really all about personal empowerment through the arts. So we focus on dance classes, theater classes, visual arts classes, and events that are geared towards inspiring, engaging, and keeping everyone not just physically healthy and fit, but mentally as well. I also head up 2 small marketing firms, Ace Management and Consultancy, which has been in operation silently because I don't really promote it for about 10 years. And the newest version of it is Nomadic Marketing. Ace more focuses on artistic and cultural and entertainment endeavors. And then I branched off to create or separate rather the other arm, which is to focus on general businesses and corporations. So I've called that recently Nomadic, but it used to come under the same kind of fall under the same bracket. So essentially, I'm very much into marketing, digital media, design, social media management, dance, theater, visual arts, pageant consulting, coaching, and a lot of things. I keep myself busy. And if you kind of look at the train of it, I kind of convert the things that I genuinely love and I'm passionate about into actual professions, businesses, career paths. So I like to say that I live life for a living. Dun-dun-dun. As in, where's the punch? Where's the kick? That was supposed to be
As
a
in-
dun
as in
dun
texting.
dun dun. He texting.
He texting Kit
Well,
Kat.
listen, I ain't gonna say nothing but
Yeah,
what
before we kick out right
let
now.
me direct what
Push
I have
it
to
in.
say. Let me direct what I'm saying to Kevin and
And the eye, yes.
yes. So that's me in a nutshell when it comes to what I do professionally. Any questions,
Man,
boys?
there's a page 2.
Yes, there's actually a whole file and folder under the table, but I'm made to understand this program runs to 10 p.m., so we'll save that for after lunch. Listen, I had to come up with stuff to keep us occupied. That's a very long time to be on air, so
That is true. Well,
I even bought a
12
change
hours?
of clothes. You have to keep y'all have to remember radio.
Kevin is finishing this interview like, if you're seeing this man's face.
No, but seriously, radio goes beyond just the audio nowadays. You connect visually as well. So I bought costumes for different segments. I figured that closer to lunch, we'll do like a cooking. I heard eat local or local products. I figured that we tried tea for the morning, and for lunch, we're going to have a full barbecue.
I love
On the
barbecue. Do you like barbecue, Kevin?
For dinner, a 5-course meal. My chef is coming in to prepare stuff, and we're going to have a good time today tonight.
I am very, you ever see Borat?
Wow, we were. Very nice.
And I am very excited.
I'm very excited to be here. I'm very familiar with Borat. I love Borat.
Love him. Anyway, so I assume you brought these things to the fore because you're ready to. Because you said some of them have been silent over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So did you bring them to the fore because you now want to bring them into light?
So they've been silent but not secret.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm silent on some of them is because I don't want to heavily promote. I'm just one person. I try to do a lot of things, and I've learned over the years to keep as focused as possible. So when it comes to especially that marketing part of what I do, I keep a very small client base deliberately so that I can focus and make sure I deliver the kind of quality I claim I deliver. So I try not to advertise that, hey, I offer marketing services, and then I have this overwhelming demand. I'm not trying to say that I would if I said it, but if I were to have such overwhelming demand, I want to be able to manage and minimize as much as possible. So the spotlight today, though, because I don't think anything else needs very much promotion, should be Caribbean Barefoot Journeys, which is one of my newest endeavors that I'm really happy about. And Kevin will get up and do a pirouette right now, which is a nice classic term. He will do that because he too has a role to play in Caribbean Barefoot Journeys.
Does he?
Yes, and he's very excited about it. And he
Kevin, do you want
actually
to-
does cartwheels when he hears the name. So clear space, everyone. Caribbean Barefoot Journeys. You're on camera, Kevin. The people are watching. Let's see the cartwheel.
Do you want to expound on what this is and what it's all about?
Can I just not?
Yeah, he's not
I'm going to.
Cool, you hear that? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to talk to you today about Caribbean Barefoot Journeys with my soundtrack provided by...
At that.
That's the slang for the show?
At that, yes.
Okay. So as I said, it's one of my newer entrepreneurial endeavors. And it kind of started by accident, I'll admit, because I never had it in mind to be a business. It's just something I like to do. I like trying food and drink and traveling and excursions and all of those things. And I realized people will always ask me, oh, what was that like? Or how was that you had? And so I started communicating my very unintentional reviews of things. And I realized it was starting to catch on. So I formalized it over time. And now we have what is called Caribbean Barefoot. And so I capitalize on my experiences related to the major passions that I listed with my beautiful, talented partner, Kevin Hanley, who you may have heard of at some point to make it all happen. CBJ, which I call it more affectionately, combines photography, food, travel, and writing to produce and share positive, honest reviews and recaps of the excursions, events, explorations, and escapades that we have throughout the region. The whole goal is to uplift all things island. And one of the things I said I wanted to really say to those of you who already follow Caribbean Journeys and to the thousands who are listening and who will eventually follow Caribbean Barefoot Journeys. Yes. Is that one of the things we are really bent on is providing positive reviews. So if you scan through our website, if you scan through our social media, there are no negative reviews. Now, this doesn't mean that our reviews aren't honest and they're not to the point and shrewd and concise and not coming from a genuine place. The thing is, if I come here and I want to try the new matcha tea, and that's the focus of what we're going to post next or talk about next, if I did not enjoy the matcha tea, I don't recommend it to anyone. I think it was horrible. The service, the non ungentleman-like presence in the room. Despicable. Just saying, not saying that it was, but just in case it was.
You know, you watch me for it now?
We would not feature the product, right?
Okay,
so
okay.
that is how we kind of screen out the negatives, because we want it to be all about Caribbean brand curation, making sure that we take these island gems, as I phrase it, and spotlight what's great about them. So we work with a lot of brands and companies and product makers to make sure that we spotlight the great things about Caribbean brands. And so that's the kind of niche that we are geared towards at Caribbean Barefoot. And like I said, it's catching on. We've been able to work so far with lots of great sorts of clients, from hotels and other sorts of accommodation to restaurants, bars, local artisans. And by local, when I use that term very loosely, because it expands. I envision local as the region, the Caribbean region. So local artisans, event hosts, so that kind of connects with promoters as well, even though we haven't really hammered that one yet. Tour operators and even transport providers. So the goal is to eventually make sure we connect with places like regional airlines. Nobody can get me to talk about yet today. But
Nobody want to talk about that.
boats, shuttles, that kind of thing. So any experience, not just a visitor, and by visitor I mean by standard definition of a tourist would have, we touch on that. But we also want to make sure we approach it from local standpoints as well. What is there to do on the island? You're bored? What bar to lime at? Or you want a staycation, where's the best place through that, and that kind of thing. So we've been working, fostering partnerships with a lot of stakeholders in that way to make sure that we are in a position to promote them rightfully, honestly, but at the same time, make sure we put a little icing and 2 cents on on top of everything.
So, darky mode?
Yeah, I heard that. As it might expose you, and quote you.
Be my guest. But we have a caller. Caller, you're live.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling to ask a question on barefoot journey.
Yes.
Is it true that whenever you take a picture for food, you have to do it barefoot, which is why it's called barefoot journey?
That is a brilliant question. What an amazing caller. So I'm actually glad you asked that question, because people ask me about why I started the company with the name Caribbean Barefoot, right? So I think there's this thing about being barefoot, if we take it in a literal sense. It could be very liberating. You feel a little more connected with something and a little more vulnerable and exposed when you have your shoes off. So for instance, if you go to the beach and you have your you hear these sound effects? I'm living for it, you know. But if you go to the beach, for instance, or let's say even rocky terrain, you're going hiking or something, you get to the mountaintop and you have your sneakers on and so on. If you take off your shoes in that moment, I'm sure this might be me being a little more dramatic, but I think there's a moment where that connection with the earth, raw, with the soles of your feet on the floor, might kind of amplify the experience that you're having and make you feel a little more vulnerable. If you walk on rocky terrain or hot sand and that kind of thing, it kind of elevates your experience and it has more of a sensory aspect to it. So there's the literal sense, and then I think that y'all are so distracting. I'm trying to address the wonderful, brilliant caller. And I think that
well, I'm glad you would address me as
barefoot. I can't do this.
I would love.
I think that being barefoot as well, in a more figurative sense, just kind of talks about liberation and a kind of rebellious nature. So that we're going against the grain here and making sure that we try new things. We're adventurous. We're rebels. We're that kind of person when we try new things. And I appreciate the caller for asking that.
Hanley and Kevin.
Hi.
How did you guys feel about the prank that Genieve brought a bag of parsley for you guys to taste?
How do we feel about the bag of parsley?
Yes.
This is a real caller, or is this a prank?
You told me, yes.
You tell us.
A bag of parsley for you guys to taste.
I mean, like I said, I've had matcha tea before. It's an acquired taste, but
Caller, it tastes like bamboo. And it smells like the salt pan over the strip.
I did say pond. I didn't say which pond, but I did say pond.
Just so you know, this is His Royal Highness Lord Kingship. calling in.
Listen, I have the worst family and friends, and I
Who's
mean
this?
that in the best way.
Who it is?
Did you hear what?
This is Justin Hanley calling in.
You see what I'm talking about?
Hang it
Oh,
up.
so it-
Hang it
hang
up.
it up,
Hang it
hang
up.
it up.
Hang it up. Hang it up.
Listen,
And the call is
yeah,
done. We are
cut
taking
the
no more
call.
callers.
Cut
Well,
the
I'm
call.
done.
Yeah, no more
Cut it.
callers. I knew this was happening. What's gonna happen? You know.
Are your parents calling in as well?
I'm done. Cut. No more calls.
It's a
Unplug the
family
phone.
affair.
Persons, if you're listening, we want to hear from you.
No, hang it up. Unplug the phones. Let us proceed.
So for those of you confused by what just happened, it seemed as though the so-called brilliant caller that I so wrongly
Wrongly labeled.
titled, yes, is my other brother, Justin. Justin is special. He's a special part of the family, and we mean that in multiple ways. And, you know, we need to be a little patient with him. He's not as cultured as the rest of the family, so he might not understand things like matcha tea.
Yeah, he was the reason I pursued the degree I did.
Ooh, okay, so...
Again.
Justin, in all fairness, nobody tell you call and trouble me. Okay? So anyway, thanks for calling
Hey,
in.
if
I'm
he-
happy
if-
to
if he
know
calls back, don't let
that
him in, please.
listening. Please, no more family or friends calling because they have no behavior. None.
Whatsoever. No.
Whatsoever. Off with their
Well, I
heads.
will try.
Me and his-
Why he's still on the line?
Wait, no, hang. We said cut the call.
We're gonna call him with a different voice.
Why he's still on the line?
Why
Hang it
is
up.
why is he still
As him is being
connected?
willful.
I feel I want to cry.
What he's on digital? Could digital do something?
I don't
about
like
it?
this anymore. I think I'll be back tomorrow.
Have a good time. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
calling with a
goodness,
different
this is not.
Thank
what
you
we
very much,
planned.
caller. Thank you very much. Have
We
a good day.
appreciate your call. Thank you so much. Next caller, please. Thank you so much. He gone. Okay,
Okay, great.
great. He
Bye.
gone.
Yo,
You willful bad.
yo.
You got me chatting
I'm
with
for the
brother Annie and he
people.
could hear me
I'm
live,
for the
like-
people. Okay.
Yeah, you're for the
Yeah.
people.
Kevin don't like callers.
Callers are
Any
great.
at all.
It's true.
Callers
Every
are
time the
great.
phone ring, Kevin get vexed.
I don't lie. Don't lie. I don't mind the callers, but
Kevin, let me hear, like, what do they want now?
see me when the phone ringing.
Listen, I just had my first sip of the tea because in all the talking and hosting of this wonderful show, I was looking at you all enjoy, but I'm enjoying my matcha.
I like it too.
Yeah, it's very
It's
nice.
quite dirty.
You are uncouth, is what you are. You are not refined.
100%.
And you take pride in this, sir?
Jagabatebi.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a shame.
I don't take pride, but I own my demons and I accept my truths.
That is very important in life.
Very important.
That is very
I'm
important.
trying to do better.
Honesty.
You're
Yeah, I
you're in the
appreciate your
clear with
honesty.
Kit Kat. Kit Kat
I'm
has
in the clear.
commented and Kit
Thank
Kat
you
said,
so much.
Kit Kat said, "Can we have her back? I'm loving it."
Kit Kat, listen.
Hey, you know, get on
Listen.
here. Before you talk, Genieve. Kit Kat
Yes.
does one. Keep your nails, you go keep an eye on you. Keep
Kit
your friends
Kat,
close,
you're
enemies closer.
watching. This is for you.
No. I want Kit Kat here all the time. So I can see what's
Kit
going
Kat,
on.
you're the best, and I want to meet you. Let's hang out. Let's make it happen, okay?
I'll do
Because
that on your
you
own
see
time.
what I think is happening here. They're kind of trying to put this divide between us when we have the potential
When you
to
can
be
work
really
together.
good friends. Yes, we have
You can work
potential to be
together.
really good friends.
in the name of Bailey.
So I'm loving it, and I actually appreciate that she supports the show because these are two very good gentlemen, young people that are trying to do something great here on the airwaves. So all jokes aside, I'm very glad for any supporters that you have, especially enthusiastic and involved ones
Oh, she's
like
very
Kit
involved.
Kat. When you all do your annual awards, I hope you all remember people like Kit Kat who have supported you from day one. Thank you.
Talk about gassing her up. Wow.
This is not about gassing. This is about speaking truth. Remember, we just talk about living in your truth
That
and
is
all
correct.
of that. We have to keep that energy.
We have to manifest.
We have to manifest. We
These
have to
positive
manifest.
So tell us some more about Caribbean Beautiful Journeys.
I love that. Thank you so much for your seriousness, sir.
I'm fed up, so let's proceed.
So I have a few plans in the works, and
How's that?
one of the things is to branch out into video. We've been talking a lot in terms of text, online captions and reviews, and in a literary sense. And we want to go into video. I think between Kevin and I, we have personalities that would be somewhat entertaining to some viewers. viewers, maybe not all viewers, but I think our combination between maybe a little firecracker kind of high energy, high pace to Kevin, who is more low tempo and serious. I think that's a good mix for a varied and diverse and rich listenership and viewership, right? So that's one, to go on into vlogging and perhaps a YouTube channel. We want more partnerships. Thank you, COVID-19, for sweeping our calendar and making it totally blank. We were actually in the process of, it's a sad moment, but it gave us more time to think and focus and reflect and reboot and refresh and all of that good
and manifest
stuff.
New ideas.
There goes that word again, but you probably need to spend some time expanding the vocabulary and using synonyms.
No thanks.
No thanks. Okay, there's content with who you are. Okay, great. So we want to make sure we expand partnerships, which we're aggressively doing, and we'll continue to do, even though a lot of things that we had planned isn't quite possible right now. We want to engage with more persons for samples of stuff, because if you put your products forward to us at Caribbean Barefoot Journeys, there's a chance that once it's good, because remember, we don't feature nothing bad, so if you know your product ain't up to par, not send it this way. Right? We focus on good quality products because we want to be really authentic when we recommend things. So we send your samples if you have something locally made, not just here in St. Kitts, but elsewhere. Once it's in the Caribbean region, you can do that. We want to branch off as well into merchandise. Kevin and I have brainstormed this before, but we think that a lot of our catchphrases and some of the things that we kind of stand by can be...
Outrageous?
No.
That's Island Tea. We're talking Caribbean Barefoot here.
I thought we were one family.
We're
I was
one
misled
family.
and misinformed. Apparently we have a caller. Caller, good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Am I live on
Is this
the
Kevin's mother?
No, I'm not. This is a question that's geared towards Miss Hanley.
Yes.
For you, Miss Hanley, is Caribbean Barefoot Journeys interested in hooking up with local businesses, to promote their goods and services, for a fee, of course?
Definitely.
And,
Go ahead,
yes,
sorry.
And yes, so that's the question I just wanted to ask, and this is ATM. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. So I really appreciate that question, because that's what we're branching off into right now. We've started already, but we want to become a little more aggressive with it. So it works two ways. Sometimes we reach out to businesses that we see might be doing something really innovative or might have a really strong product, and we want to experience it ourselves to see if it's worth talking about, right? But it can work the other way around. So if you have a Caribbean product, and I have to stress on the word Caribbean and Kittitian and that kind of thing, because the whole essence is not to feature a bank. We're not going to feature something like that. It has to be something really let's say patriotic and homegrown and have that really island vibe to it for us to feature it. So yes, if you have a brand, so I see Mother Becky Bush Tea on the tea, on the tea table, if you want to partner with us, for instance, and send some Mother Becky tea our way, then perhaps we might feature that. And again, the whole thing about it is collaboration, right? So sometimes it's not even for monetary exchange, and for companies and entrepreneurs listening that might fall under the Caribbean Barefoot Journeys bracket, it's important that you understand sometimes your contribution to Caribbean Barefoot Journeys, or that way to get your product featured, is to just basically expose us to it. We are happy to promote anything. The whole goal before monetizing anything, before turning anything into a commercial venture, our first and foremost mission is to just celebrate and focus and spotlight anything that has the good island vibe made by our people and so on. And like I said, that's the essence and whole motive under which it was started in the first place, even before we turned it into an actual business. So yes, that was my long way of saying, if you have something you'd like us to spotlight, send on.
And stop, hang on.
Okay, so thank you so much, and I'm really enjoying the show, Mr. Kevin, Goldie, and Mr. Mali. Thank you.
Oh, I know who this is. I'm done. Hang it up. Hang it up. I know who it is. I know exactly who it is. Hang it up.
Goldie, that's your name?
No, but I know who it is. Hang it up. We're done.
Wow.
I
I actually thought that caller was quite nice.
Callers,
So
Yeah, but just
callers-
because I
Feel
know
free
who
to
the
call
caller
back.
is, I'm done.
callers, no, you can see what I mean when I say Kevin dislikes callers.
No, I just like that one and the one
This is the
before.
second caller here. I said, hang on the phone, the second one for the day. And next one, Yazim.
And next got another caller.
Let's proceed in the meantime while he figures out.
Yeah, so I was talking before we had the callers about the plans.
Yes?
We wanted to expand into merch. There's another caller. Okay, let's go. I'm loving
Let's
it.
take this very last caller before we wrap up.
Hello, good morning. I'm calling to commend you guys. You have a very nice show, and to the guest host, she's lovely.
Yeah, isn't she?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for calling. And that was a nice comment, very encouraging. And I think that's what we need to do.
And he left
more
right after,
of.
as opposed to the other ones who want to linger.
You mean the ones
But
that
wait,
has them
seriously,
that
that the mama in me prompts me to say we need to do more of that as a people, as not just Kititians, but island people. Celebrate each other, big up each other when we're doing something nice, and share the love, share the good vibes and stuff. That's what we're here for.
That.
I think we're gonna wrap up soon.
Excuse me, that's not your job.
Oh, I am very sorry. You see,
So
you
callers,
all need to make up your mind
so
what you
callers-
want.
callers,
You don't know
I
what you
think-
want.
Excuse me.
Okay, sorry.
Callers,
Zip it.
I think we have to wrap up soon. Genieve, we have about 60 more seconds or so.
No,
Maybe
we will
70.
keep talking until Azem plays the exit music.
Yes.
So,
So,
should be in
just
70 seconds.
in to wrap up, I want to prompt everybody to look for us on social media. It's Caribbean Barefoot Journeys. Lots of exciting things there. If you don't know what to eat, you have a craving, or you don't know where to stay for your staycation. Can't say vacation no more because that ain't happening right now. But your staycation, we are good. And you can message us too. We are very happy to provide our input, our recommendations. Again, the tags are CB Journeys. I think that's on Twitter, and Caribbean Barefoot Journeys on Facebook and Instagram. And we also have a website, nice central place to keep everything, CaribbeanBarefootJourneys.com. And one last thing in terms of plans, I was mentioning merchandise. We want to go into some really travel-based and local expression sort of merch. But then we also want to start doing eventually, when things open back up a bit more, some group tours. As him listen, you are a winner, you are a winner. Some group tours, maybe some events, some signature events, and some trips. Who knows? But the possibilities are limitless, right, Kevin?
Right.
AKA Goldie, as the caller said.
It's not even gold, but okay.
It's copper.
Rust.
Rust.
Burnt orange.
Tang.
And with that being said, that brings us to the end of this morning's episode of Island Tea.
Shall we
with
take
your
a final sip if anybody has any left? I have
I thought
some.
we were going to 10 p.m.
No, this is just the pause, like a short intermission. Everybody gets a bathroom break, get to freshen up, the lipstick on if
for
you...
8 hours and return?
So this is just a break. This is
I
your
refuse
chance to
be
go to
here
the
by
restroom.
by myself with
And then
Diana.
we'll be back soon to discuss the lunch segment and the barbecue that's about to happen.
So we'll see y'all in 22 hours when we return from our break, which will take us to Friday morning at 8 a.m. And that was your umpteenth +1 episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Amalia. We had in the
before-
studio
And
with us.
But before we exit, we have to acknowledge what's happening. It seems, first of all, the Facebook Lives comments are a mess, as well as Facebook.
In a good way?
in a good way, right?
Okay.
Everybody seems to be enjoying this episode.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Genieve, tone it
It's
down.
not your
Oh,
show.
no, but I'm excited.
But it's not your show.
But I'm excited.
Mute the
Can
mic.
I not
Back.
express
Mute the mic.
myself?
No, dial it back.
Mute a mic. It
No,
is
don't mute my
it is
mic. I'll use
4,
yours.
mute
Amali,
it.
if they mute my mic, I'll use yours.
But
You can use
thank
my
you to
mic
the
anytime.
viewers. You know, we're glad that you're enjoying it. It's everybody's calling for her to return.
That's him nasty.
yes.
I would petition against it.
Yes. I will be back. Listeners, before they cut me off, I'll be back by invitation or by force. The door is not that hard to open. I'll be back, whether they like it or not. Thank you so much for your support,
Are you done?
including you and you and you and you and my good friend over there with the sound effects. Thank you so much.
Are you finished?
Not really. We have 10 p.m. is the deadline here, so. But thank you. All
Well,
seriousness,
folks,
thank you for having me.
Folks, Genieve will be in the studio, but I'm
We
leaving.
won't.
Let me argue it. Doggy. I am leaving. I'm leaving.
I mean, that's what you buy.
But again, thank you. We will have her back at some point, unfortunately. But again, thank you. So, have some tea.
Rude.
Tell somebody you love them. Stay safe. Drive safe. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early.